Hey, you beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of A Closer Look with Michael Anthony. This episode is going to be structured a little bit differently. And when I say a little bit differently, that means it's not really going to have structure. This is not scripted. This is just me kind of giving you all my thoughts on the movie. I wanted to talk about this movie. I have been holding this in for 2 weeks, and I wanted to give enough people the time to see it. And now I can talk about spoilers and stuff. So this is just me rambling about how much I love this movie. So let's talk about James Gunn's Superman. To say that this movie inspired me is an understatement. I had a smile on my face like 98% of the movie. I have never smiled so hard at a theater screen in my life. And I saw the last two Mission Impossible movies in theaters, and even those movies, as much as I love them, did not make me smile as much as Superman. David Cornsweet is my Superman now. I have never been so emotionally drawn in as I have been in this movie. His voice, the way his voice shakes when he gets into those passionate speeches about why he does what he does, why he uses his power the way he does. That's Superman. That is Superman to me. Rachel Brosnahan, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing her last name, but she is the best Lois Lane since Margot Kidder. I love their dynamic so much. I love the different approach that we've taken to their relationship. I love how strong this Lois is. I have got to get this off my chest right now because I need some answers, and I know some people out there are going to be able to give me some. So, right off the bat, I will say, despite me currently working on my own Superman project, I have not read a ton of Superman comics. Most of my Superman knowledge from comics comes from me watching Comic Pop, Linkara, Comic Storian. I've always been someone who's drawn in more to the animation, live action, video games, stuff like that. Now, I have, of course, read All-Star Superman. I, unfortunately, have read Superman Grounded. Am planning to read Superman for all seasons. And I would also like to read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, but I don't want to spoil the movie for myself because apparently that's one of the main inspirations for the film. So you guys let me know, should I go ahead and read it before the movie or should I just wait? The reason I want to read more comics is because I have not seen a depiction of the Kryptonians where they are painted in such a malevolent light. I always thought they were this benevolent race, and that was why Kal-El was using his powers for good. I was a little taken aback when we got the reveal that the message was legit, and they kept referencing, oh, well, maybe it was a doctor, da-da-da-da, but no, it was real. That's actually what they said. And that really did surprise me. So maybe it's just because of my poor comic literacy. But yeah, is this like a normal thing? Has this happened before? I know someone said something about Superman Birthright. That's another one of the comics I need to read. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like the fact that it didn't matter to Kal-El what they said after that. He took that first half of the message and said, oh, okay, be a good person. Yeah, I'll do that. That sounds good to me. I like that. I love that because that is Superman. Even when he found out what the message said, even when he found out it was true, yes, he struggled with it a bit because of what the public thought of him already, but he still had his mind made up to do good. That is Superman. That is Superman. James Gunn understands these characters. Even the characters who are remixed somewhat from their comic counterparts, they still have that heart. They still have that motivation. A few of the standout side characters to me were Mr. Terrific. Jimmy Olsen surprised me. I was very happy with Jimmy Olsen's depiction. It was something different for Jimmy, of course, but I was pleasantly surprised when he was on screen. It was never a dull moment. Some of these characters, this was my introduction to them. Engineer is one of them. I knew that she was involved somewhat with the Authority. That's pretty much my entire knowledge of her. That's all I know. I've just seen pictures of her when the casting was announced. Nicholas Hoult is the live-action Lex Luthor. I can physically see and probably reach out and touch his fury when it comes to metahumans. I have never, ever seen someone portray hatred so well on screen. The scene in the Pocket Universe where he kills Malik, that scene was just so heartbreaking to me. Like, I let out such an audible gasp when that happened. I was not expecting that at all. I'm gonna insert this in right here because I recorded this entire thing and somehow forgot to talk about one of my absolute favorite parts of the movie, Krypto. I'm gonna be so honest, I did not even have Krypto in the original plans for Blood and Steel, but when I saw that first trailer and saw that Krypto was gonna be involved, I was like, I have to throw him in. And just like James Gunn, my Django is my inspiration for my Krypto. I use him as a model all the time. I'm also not very good at drawing dogs, so it's just nice to have a reference. But I felt so bad when they had Krypto hooked up to the little thing and he was chasing the little squirrels. I was like, no, my baby. I love Krypto. That was one of the highlights of this movie for me. Okay, that's it. Back to the review. I love so much of that scene between Clark and Lois where she notices that he finds beauty in everything. That is Superman. He finds beauty in the darkest corners of the world. If you think Superman is not a political character, then you don't know the first thing about him. Superman is someone who believes everyone should feel safe no matter what the color of their skin is, no matter what side of the world they come from, no matter who they love. It does not matter what you look, sound, or feel like. You deserve to be safe. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, and I've only seen the movie once, and I'm still filled with so much happiness and hope, and that's what Superman should do. That's exactly what Superman should do. I mean, there's still so much hatred in this world. Taking that bad and pushing through it, showing that no matter where you come from or who you know, you can still stand up, make your own decision to be a good person, and treat others the way that we should all be treated. Maybe that's the real punk rock. Hey, wait a minute.